The night my father died, I learned how quickly love turns into calculation. The house was silent, yet my siblings' whispers echoed louder than grief. I stood near the window, watching rain slide down the glass, feeling invisible, just like I always had in this family. While everyone hugged and cried, I noticed the way my older brother Mark's eyes scanned the room, already measuring what he would gain. My sister Elaine avoided my gaze completely. I was the youngest, the quiet one, the afterthought. Growing up, I'd been told success belonged to those who spoke the loudest. That night, I realized death didn't bring families together. It revealed who they truly were. As my father's lawyer arrived with sealed documents, something inside me shifted. I didn't know it yet, but this was the beginning of a war I never planned to fight, and a revenge no one would see coming. The reading of the will happened a week later. We sat around a polished oak table that had hosted decades of forced smiles and silent resentment. The lawyer's voice was calm, professional, almost cruel in its neutrality. When he announced that Mark would manage most of the estate and Elaine would receive the family home, my hands tightened under the table. My name barely came up. A small trust fund, nothing else. No business shares, no authority. Just enough to keep me quiet. Mark smiled like he had already won. Elaine sighed in relief. They didn't even try to hide it. The problem wasn't just the money, it was being dismissed again. What they didn't know was that I had spent years working quietly beside my father, learning things they never cared to understand. I walked out of that room feeling defeated on the surface, but inside, a dangerous calm settled in. They underestimated me, and that would cost them everything. In the days that followed, I played the role they expected, silent, polite, grateful. I let Mark lecture me about family unity while he moved money behind closed doors. Elaine spoke to me only when necessary, her voice dripping with false sympathy. What they didn't see was me staying up at night, rereading old emails my father had trusted me with. Contracts, notes, conversations never meant for public eyes. I discovered discrepancies, accounts shifted, signatures forged, promises broken. My father hadn't been blind, he had been preparing, and unknowingly he had prepared me. The twist came when I realized the will they celebrated wasn't the final one. There was a clause, hidden and conditional, triggered only if mismanagement occurred. All I had to do was wait and let them destroy themselves. Revenge, I learned, wasn't about anger, it was about patience. Mark grew reckless. Power does that to people. He invested carelessly, confident no one would question him. Elaine renovated the house beyond budget, draining shared funds. I documented everything, quietly, methodically. When the first financial audit notice arrived, panic flashed across Mark's face for just a second, but I saw it. Elaine called me late one night, her voice shaking, asking if I knew anything. I said no. I always said no. The hook wasn't exposing them immediately. It was watching them unravel, knowing the truth would surface soon. I attended family dinners, smiled at jokes, and listened to them blame bad luck. Inside, my heart pounded, not with guilt, but with clarity. For the first time, I wasn't powerless. The story they wrote for me was changing, and they didn't even realize I was holding the pen. The confrontation came faster than I expected. The lawyer requested a meeting. All of us, same oak table, different energy. Evidence was laid out. Misused funds, violations, broken clauses. Mark's confidence collapsed. Elaine cried, denying everything. Then the final document was revealed. A contingency my father had added, naming me as the sole executor if trust was broken. Silence swallowed the room. Mark stared at me like he was seeing a stranger. Elaine whispered my name in disbelief. The twist wasn't just legal, it was emotional. My father had seen me, trusted me. While they fought over wealth, he had prepared me to protect it. Their anger turned to desperation. Accusations flew. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. Justice spoke for me, and it spoke loudly. Taking control wasn't satisfying the way movies make it seem. It was heavy, lonely, but necessary. I restructured the estate, paid debts, stabilized what they had nearly destroyed. Mark avoided me completely. Elaine sent messages filled with regret that felt more like fear. The family gatherings stopped, and yet in the quiet, I felt something unfamiliar: peace. Revenge hadn't come from humiliating them publicly, but from standing where they never thought I could. The relatable truth was simple. Being underestimated can either break you or build you. I chose the second. Still, there was one final decision left to make: what to do with them. Power gives you choices, and I wanted my ending to mean something more than anger. Months later, I invited them both for one last meeting, not with lawyers, just us. I offered them structured support, not control, not authority, but dignity. Conditions were clear: respect, transparency, accountability. Mark looked shocked. Elaine cried again, this time differently. They expected punishment. They expected revenge to hurt. Instead, I chose boundaries. The emotional weight lifted in that moment, not for them, but for me. I realized revenge doesn't always mean destruction. Sometimes it means breaking a cycle, walking away stronger, not bitter. As they left, the house felt lighter. The rain outside had stopped. I stood by the same window from the night my father died and finally understood his lesson. Family can fail you, but you don't have to fail yourself. And that was the real inheritance.